in this video, I'll share with you the exact steps to write your identity script, to write your self-concept script. So the first key and the most important thing to understand is that when you're writing your script, you are not writing only about the things that you will have or the experiences that you will have. Of course, you're going to write about that, but it is one step deeper than that. It is about who do you need to be, which really means how do you need to see yourself today to become that version of you and to activate that elevated version of you. Okay? But if you just focus on what you have and what experiences you're having, you're not focusing on being, just focusing on having, right? So the key is, who do you need to be? That's how you start. And the beautiful part with being is you can be that person now. You don't need to wait for those things to manifest in your life to be that person, because if you're waiting, those things won't manifest because you're not a match. So the key is being. And when you be very crystal clear on the being, then you can become that person now, and the outer reality reshapes itself on the model of what you're being. So things are going to happen naturally. You will have that attraction power and you will act in alignment with what you're being. So the most important word here is being. Now, when we talk about being, you have a personality that creates your personal reality. And you have a lot of things in your personality. Now, some people say, I'm a night owl. Some people say I'm slow at doing things. Some people say I procrastinate a lot. Some people say I really struggle to believe in myself. Or some people, it's like I'm very hardworking. For some people, it's like I'm determined. There are so many things that people see in themselves. Now, what you see in yourself, you become. Right? So there is no such thing as this is who you really are, because everything is about how you see you. And the more you want to tap into your truest version, if you're like, I really want to know who I am, then it's about becoming the most elevated version because you were born that way. So you were told a lot of stories, you were given a lot of labels and identities that don't serve you, and then they became a part of who you are. So for instance, if you were told in your school that you're not that good enough, you're not that intelligent, then you took on that identity and you acted in the identity of somebody who is not intelligent, and then you activated that version of you. Okay, so it is about understanding that whatever you think of yourself, what are the limiting beliefs you have, it's not who you are, it's how you see you. And when you shift how you see you, you can start to really become a more elevated version. So let's look at different aspects of your life in your identity to really see how we can create a new identity. So first of all, your most abundant version would probably be more confident, right? So the question is, if you don't see yourself as your most confident self today, how can you be more confident? How can you start seeing yourself more confident? And literally it starts with like deciding that I'm going to be more confident today. I'm going to embody more confident. Then the next thing is, your most abundant version would have a lot of faith, right? Then it's about how would I behave and how would I show up if I have unwavering faith. You write that in your script. You write your most confident version in your script. The other thing which you can do, which is really powerful, is looking at the people who really inspire you and start to see what identity are they holding, how are they embodying, and you can use them as a frame to design your identity. So let's say if you like somebody's confidence, you can start to notice more and you can say, I'm going to emulate. So you're not copying their confidence, you're just emulating their most confident version. That means you're becoming their most confident self, and you are activating your own confident self by using them as a template, as a frame. Okay? And then you can write that detail in your script. So just by affirming I'm confident, it doesn't mean anything. The key comes in when you use your imagination to see and really internalize the idea that how would my most confident version think, feel, and behave? Like really seeing it clearly, because until you see it clearly, you cannot internalize it. It's just at a conscious level. And that's what I see most of the people doing with affirmation. You can affirm 200 times a day that I'm more confident until you really see that version and you really activate that version and you become clear on what that version is. It's just an idea in your conscious mind. It's not even going to subconscious, let alone going in your identity, in your body. Okay, so you want to take an idea and internalize it by using your imagination and being very clear and emotionally connecting with it and embodying it. So, and all those things that you see in your imagination, you start to write in your script. Similarly, the version of you would have different beliefs about money. They would know that money always comes. They are a match for money. Their work is very highly valuable. It comes very natural to them. They have conviction, they have passion, they have drive. They attract phenomenal people. They get massively compensated. They really believe in themselves. They go with full conviction and all those things, right? And they would see themselves as being a very effortless match. So what they do, it's so natural for them, like breathing. And then they become a match for a lot of money. So the more they breathe, the more they be, the more they are the match for that money. The next thing, which is really, really, really important, is your oneness. So realizing that spirit is acting to and through you all the time, whether it's God, energy, whatever you want to call it. And when you start to tap into that being and being one with the spirit and realizing that you are an infinite being having a human experience, and you really start to hold the greatest version and feel yourself and feel your oneness and trust yourself more and allow yourself to move more freely and stop criticizing yourself and stop saying the things that don't serve you, that will really help. So start writing in your script about that. If you are like, my most abundant version is very organized, like they're very systematic, then how can you choose that identity today? And then what would that version of you be like? So you can take different aspects of your identity, of your personality, which creates your personal reality, and you can start to script them out in a very detailed way where you can really see yourself with that. You can start giving yourself audacious, incredible titles, phenomenal labels. Like, you were given the labels which didn't serve you. Why not give yourself the labels which really serve you and really see what they mean about me? You can start to see yourself and write it out, like how you talk, how you walk, how you interact, how you dress. And again, like the things like dressing and showing up and walking, they're quite superficial, right? Like, it's not like if somebody's dressing well, then they're successful. But one thing which is really important about them is, and that they give a very powerful message to your subconscious mind that you're embodying that person. So it's not that you're doing it because you want other people to like you, or you want to feel better, or it's anything to do with your worth, because you're born worthy and nothing has changed. Your worth is literally infinite, but actually it is to give your message to your subconscious mind and emotionally connecting with that version of you. That's why it's really important. And a lot of people ask me this question, that is it about like acting as if? And I say to them that it's not about acting as if, because you're acting right now. You think you're not that version right now. So it is about remembering instead of acting. It's about remembering who you really are, right? And if there is something that you really like about someone, let's say you like the way somebody talks and you like the way somebody has, it's just a reflection of what you have, okay? So you can use that as a frame and emulate that thing and activate that within you. You will never copy anybody because you're in your own being. It's more about using that as a frame of reference to activating what you have, your most elevated version. Let's say you're also taking on the identity that I'm really good with talking to people, expressing myself. I'm starting to express myself more. I'm starting to make the bold moves. I do the things that make me uncomfortable. That could be an identity. An identity could be I change my beliefs instantly. An identity could be I act very fast. Identity could be I have unwavering faith. So whenever you're choosing these identities, just instead of taking them as affirmations, I would really ask yourself, how would I feel and how would I be and how would I think and how would I show up? Like, what is that version of me? And really connect to that beingness of that version. And the more you emotionally connect with the beingness of that version, the more you start to step in that version and the more you start to embody that version. Okay? So When you write your script and you have covered most of your aspects, right? Your magnetism, your energy, your vibration, your spirituality, all aspects. Then what you do is you record your script in your own voice and you keep listening to it. And that has magical effects on you because you start to become that person. It's like you notice yourself doing those things, being that way. You don't even have to force yourself. It happens so automatically. And every single day I receive messages from my clients saying, this in my script manifested, this thing, I've embodied this. Like, it's so magical. I've never seen any tool that is more powerful than this. So use that. That is really powerful.